Since January 1st, 2020, Indonesia has initiated a downstream policy by banning nickel ore exports. This is part of the government strategy to shift the exports composition from the primary raw commodities to higher value-added products. So, how significant is this downstream policy to Indonesia? Let's take a closer look at this country's downstream policy and how it affects the national economy. Indonesia's history with downstream industry traces back to its efforts in leveraging its rich natural resources for economic development. This strategy is seen as crucial to creating long-term economic sustainability by increasing the selling price of commodities, thereby adding economic value and generating profits.
Sesuai dengan amanat Undang-Undang Dasar kita tahun 45 pasal 33 ayat 3 itu di mana di semua sumber daya alam mineral dan batu bara kita tentunya untuk sebesar-besarnya kemakmuran rakyat. Nah, kalau ini dilakukan, misalnya istilahnya itu hilirisasi, dan setelah produk antara yang dihasilkan oleh hilirisasi diteruskan ke proses industrialisasi untuk lebih ke hilir lagi, itu akan memberikan manfaat ekonomi yang cukup besar.
As of now, many smelters have been operating in Indonesia, focusing on various minerals, including nickel, copper, tin, bauxite, iron, zinc, and lead. This development is in line with the rising investment in downstream mining in 2023, with $7.46 billion compared to $4.1 billion in 2019. Meanwhile, the non-tax revenue in mineral and coal sector has increased significantly from 34 trillion rupiah in 2020 to 172 trillion rupiah in 2023. The government has also created an investment downstream roadmap by 2040. The remaining 8 priority sectors, namely mineral, coal, oil, gas, plantation, maritime, fishery, and forestry. Given its abundant natural resources, Indonesia has categorized 8 priority sectors and 21 commodities for the downstream industry, including oil, minerals, and forestry. However, among these commodities, nickel has been a standout due to its increasing demand for the electric vehicle batteries. As a main component for the EV battery, the value of nickel ore increases by 143 times when turned into nickel sulfate.
Berdasarkan data yang kami punyai di kementerian ini, nilai ekspor nikel khususnya untuk produk ferronikel dan NPI ini mengalami peningkatan yang sangat signifikan dari sebelumnya pada tahun 2017 sebesar 1.493 US dollar, kemudian menjadi 13.507 juta US dollar pada tahun 2022. Pajak dari sektor hilirisasi juga meningkat dari 0,22 triliun menjadi di tahun 2017 menjadi 17,96 triliun pada tahun 2022. Jadi baik pendapatan dari pajak maupun non pajak ya yang berkontribusi untuk produk domestik bruto, kami memperkirakan bahwa penerimaan negara dari sektor nikel ini akan tumbuh sekitar 7 miliar US dollar pada tahun 2045.
Additionally, the primary provinces for downstreaming nickel have experienced significant economic growth rates in 2023, with 20.49% in northern Maluku and 11.91% in central Sulawesi. Despite of its positive impact and multiplier effect, Indonesia's downstream industry also received a pushback from outside stakeholders, including the European Union, who filed a lawsuit against Indonesia to the World Trade Organization. A lawsuit occurred in early 2021, where the WTO decided in favor of the EU. However, In December 2022, the Indonesian government introduced an appeal against the WTO decision.
Kementerian Perdagangan bersama Kemenko Marves dan kementerian lain yang terkait, ya, termasuk Kementerian SDM itu mengambil inisiatif untuk melakukan kerjasama dengan Uni Eropa yang melalui SEPA itu, dan diharapkan ada suatu usulan dari perkara yang misalnya nikel ini yang menuju kepada win-win solution.
Despite these challenges, Indonesia is still committed to continue its downstreaming policy as an effort to reach the Golden Indonesia 2045 vision. In fact, there are many areas where Indonesia can further expand, not only its downstreaming, but also initiate the development of a new ecosystem for industrialization.
I propose to Indonesian government we should try to develop the basic metal product and also basic chemical product as a new industrialization program in Indonesia. For example, we have natural gas. Yeah, from natural gas we can develop also paracetamol, phenol to be paracetamol. Yeah, from natural gas we can produce also methanol, we can produce ethanol, we can produce cosmetic industry, we can produce also pharmaceutical industry, we can produce also plastic industry.
In the future, Indonesia aims to expand its downstream into additional sectors and advance its industrialization efforts, thereby fostering inclusive economic growth for all its people. Adelia Dinda and Ferry Ahmad for C Today.